Alright, hey guys, we're going to be doing accuracy testing with my modded Notos. So I have bought 3 different pellets, 2 AEA center punch, and 1 JTS dead center. So I've heard a lot of good things about these AEA pellets, and we're just going to basically kind of review them and stuff. So we got AEA 15.9s, AEA 20.9, and JTS 18.1 grain. So all those are the grains. We got 21.9, 15.9, and 18.1 grain. So we're gonna be testing all of them. So first I wanna go over this gun real quick so you guys can get the specs, and if you do decide to do what I did, then you're able to use these pellets, and I'm sure they'll still work even with the stock Notos. But basically what I did was I got a Huben Dream valve. The Huben Dream valve allows you to attach like basically any bottle as long as it fits on there. And I have the regulator set at 15 MPa. This block right here where the bleed valve is, I have opened that block up to 4 millimeters. So basically there's this little tiny hole in there, and that limits how much air is allowed to quickly go to behind the pellet. So by opening that, when you pull the trigger, you're allowing more air to go behind the pellet. So basically what it does is no matter how much air you have back there or up in here, that pellet or that little restrictor valve is not gonna let air go behind the pellet. So basically opening that up gave me like a 50 FPS boost. So that's basically what I did. And yeah, and I did make a custom Notos side lever, and I'll show you guys that at the end of the video. But yeah, we're gonna do chronograph testing, and then we're gonna throw some paper down at 50. Let's flip to the chrony. Alright, so these are the AEA 15.9s, and we're going to do 4 shots. 768, 770, 774, 774. So that was a duplicate. And now we're gonna try the 21.9 AEA pellet. Alright, 21.9 AEA pellets. 3 6s. 663. 662. 657, and that is it. Now we're gonna try the JTS 18.1s. Alright, JTS 18.1s. 727, 731, 733, 727. So that's the chronograph testing. Alright, first we're gonna go with the JTS 18.1s. Basically, I'm gonna take 3 Fowler shots between each pellet testing to make sure that the barrel is ready for this pellet, so we're not gonna get inconsistent groups or whatever because we haven't fouled the barrel. So, alright, let's get to testing. Alright, those are the JTS pellets, and we're taking 10 shots to ensure we can get the best group. AEA 15.9s. AEA 21.9s. First, we're going to start off with this group, and this is with the AEA 15.9s. So we're going to get some calipers right here. We got some calipers, and we're going to measure it. So I have no idea what these pellets were doing. So this is kind of like the second group that it did. And this looks like just over an inch. And this other group that it did is just over an inch. So those are those pellets. Let's go on to the JTS pellets. These are this is the JTS 18.1 grain. So here's our group right here. Don't count these. These were ciders. So yeah, let's measure this. Dude. So we got, looks to be a 2 inch and 44.44 group, and if we don't count this flyer thing, I think this was a flyer, we got a 1 inch and 59.59. All right, these are the final this is the final thing, and this is with the AEA 21.9, and this is our group right here. This top one I was single loading to see if something was wrong with the mag or whatever, but nope, it was about the same group. So here we got this, and I'm gonna count these as flyers, but we'll measure it in total with the flyers, and yeah. So we got a 2 inch and 0.5 or 0.52. Not counting the flyers, we got a group of 1.54, and then this other single shot loading group the same. So those are the pellet testings, and it looks like out of all of them, I think the 15.9 grain pellets won. Reason being, in between, I took 5 shots, and then after 5 shots, I filled the gun and they shifted over here. So I think the regulator was just settling in, but that's not bad, and there's always fine tuning. So out of all of them, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fine tune it, adjust the hammer spring, and probably get them shooting better than the testing. All right, guys, we're gonna talk about my side lever, like I promised in the beginning. So this right here is my side lever I developed for the Notos, and it is 3D printed, and there's some things that I need to improve upon it, but so much better than sticking your finger in that little hole. It's right there, and you just pull it, just like that. It's pretty darn smooth. It has to be kind of a tight fit. So like the first time I printed it, it was a little bit gritty, but as I used it, it got a lot smoother to use. I did notice one of the parts where the pin is, it is starting to stretch it a bit, so I need to make that a little bit more durable, but it's been fun. So I've probably made about 30 of them, and each of them take an hour to print, so that's probably 30 hours of just printing these things, and I finally got it done. I finally got it where I wanted it. First, basically what happened was it was way too thin, it kept cracking. I watched a Maple Customs video on his, and I was like, I can just make it fatter. So I made it fatter, and it didn't break, and then I ran into an issue of it wouldn't caulk. I couldn't pull it back far enough, so I adjusted it and all that, and it now caulks. I made the handle a lot bigger than it was originally and such, and it works pretty good, honestly. But there is some fine tuning I need to do, and I can't wait to make it perfect. It's so much easier than the old one. You stick your finger in there and you gotta, like, it's just no good. And I think this one might be smoother. There is a little bit of flex too. I need to figure out how to fix that. There's some fine tuning I need to do, and yeah. So I can't wait, again, to get that perfect. But the point of this test was to figure out what pellets perform the best and what I can use to fine tune. I think the 15.9's won, reason being, in between the first 5 shots, I filled the gun, and I think it kind of messed the regulator up, so it shifted the pellet impacts. I'm not sure. I'll have to do more testing. Basically, all it was to find the pellet that grouped the best, so I can fine-tune the Notos to shoot those better. I'm very impressed with how they did, especially out of a $250 gun, and I'm very happy. So I'm just gonna fine-tune them, and once that's done, I'm gonna have a very accurate Notos. So thank you guys for stopping by and watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.